Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm Michael Siciliano. I'm a lead engineer here at Jackbox Games. If you're not familiar with our studio, we make party games. You might have heard of some of our hit titles such as Quiplash or Trivia Murder Party or Fibbage or Drawful. Welcome to the third episode of Inside the Box. This is a monthly stream where the developers at Jackbox Games share behind the scenes updates of our work on a brand new game coming this fall to the Jackbox Party Pack 9. It's called Roomerang. So I'm joined by some members of the Roomerang team to share more about how the team has created a digital prototype. It's a in-progress build. If you joined us last time, you will recall oh no, that's old script. Throw that out. All right, so this is a very early build of the game, and I'm joined by the team, which I will now allow them to introduce themselves. Popcorn, Tim.
Thank you, Michael. My name is Tim Sniffen. For Roomerang, I'm the editorial lead, which means if things are written or, like dialogue for the host, anything that kind of would come out of a traditional typewriter, usually passes my desk. So right now I'm doing a lot of how we ask players to do things in the game, that kind of stuff, seeing what our host sounds like. Those are the kinds of things I'm doing with Roomerang as we produce the game. And now I will popcorn it to Alex. I pointed the wrong way.
Thanks, Tim. I'm Alex. I'm Alex Flake. I'm the producer on the game, which means I kind of keep us on track for an eventual release. And I am also operating as a design lead on the game. I pitched this to Brooke Bright, who won't be here today, but is the director of the game along with Tim. So in addition to sort of helping the team figure out what it is we are going to make, I am a stakeholder in conversations about how that stuff functions, which is very fun. Popcorn too. When I was in school, I used to popcorn to people very in a bullying manner. I popcorn to somebody who was visibly asleep, not a friend ever. Anyway, sorry, I just want to say everyone's awake here, so there's no tormenting, but I'll go popcorn Ryan.
Oh, I misunderstood you. Hello. I'm Ryan McGill. You might know me as Radash because I've hung out in the chat of all of these streams, but this is my first time being on Inside the Box, so happy to be here. I am the lead Jackbox.tv engineer for this game, so everything on our fun little phones and controllers, I'm responsible for those interactions and that design, which will be coming along, and we might have more to say about that as the show continues. And now I can't handle all this popcorn, and I must pass it to our final participant, Farhan.
Oh my God, lovely. I'm at the theater. Hi, I'm I'm Farhan. I'm also a lead gameplay engineer here. I'm the lead engineer, gameplay engineer on this game. Anything you see on the screen before you, that you'll see eventually, I don't think we see it yet. Anything you see on the screen before you is kind of my working. Everybody does their own little pieces, and then I kind of hook it up all together, help the controller talk to the game, hook in art, all those types of things. So yeah, also happen to be Michael's ghostwriter now that we've found out that we have a script for this show. So hi, second hat, this entire thing, no improv, it's all written, and that's your boy. So
Every single line has been written down, and it is all Farhan's voice. So if anything doesn't go well, it is his fault. Speaking of fault, Farhan, can you kind of explain what the build looks like today, kind of what we'll be looking at?
Yeah, definitely. Going off of what we had last time, I think we had a couple of advantages. We had a couple of the screens in a little bit of the art, but nothing final. Some gray screens that I meticulously worked over. A gray box, black, perfectly chosen black font. But now we have actually Hector's art in for the main grid, the presentation moment, as well as the elimination moment, and a final round that we've been working on. Sort of an in-progress type gameplay mechanic that we're working on, and hopefully we'll be able to showcase today. Other than that, I think we have a couple more advantages and a little bit more of a tightened gameplay loop overall.
Yeah, I think we'll get into hopefully some of the Jackbox TV kind of design and features by the end. I do think that for the final round, it is much easier to see it and then talk about it than it is to kind of talk about it beforehand. So I don't know. Does anyone else have anything they want to say before we get this ball rolling?
Nothing, Michael.
Oh, very well. Let us begin.
Yeah, it's top of the morning.
This is the theater.
We're kicking off the game. We have it muted for today, just because the host stuff isn't all the way there yet. But we're being introduced kind of the world of Roomerang, which is Jackbox's take on a reality show. Yeah. I know Mike,
we have
you're
a
reading the
question.
prompts, but
Alex, we have a question in chat from RXPC Gal. If you've decided, or if the team has decided on whether or not the avatars are going to be able to be chosen or not.
TBD. You know, we hear people's desire for that, but one exciting thing in this game is like a pretty, I can say this is like a very unique lobby experience to kind of set up the experience of the game. So you have to make choices, you know?
Yeah. So speaking of choices, our players will be choosing amongst, we have Farhan, the physics professor who loves creation theory. Alex, the loner, loves being a little silly. And Rydash, the art collector, loves criticizing others' efforts. And Tim, who I cannot bring myself to say the last syllables of your name, a clam digger who loves the occasional salad.
Is salad cursed? Why is the last syllable? Why is salad such a big deal?
No, the last syllable of Tim. Monet, because I know I can do it better, says Rydash, the art collector.
Wow.
These are framed photo of your personal hero. Alex, my inspiration is Mr. Magoo. What a goof.
He's so silly.
And Farhan says, Sir Isaac Newton high-fiving Jesus.
No hero.
The read I missed at the beginning of this was something I won't be able to see thanks to one of Farhan's big gray boxes. Tim's Gordon's Fisherman, but with a salad. There you go. Completion.
I mostly just appreciate that you got that as a photograph somehow. An authentic.
Maybe a painting?
So for anyone who's just jumping in, this is like the introduction round. It kind of mimics the first episode of a reality show where you get to meet everyone. So this is our kind of like on Bachelors. They'll sometimes bring in like gifts, you know. This is like the photo we all brought in to represent.
Yes. Akira in chat asks if the players will be able to use a selfie for their avatar. Absolutely not. I can say that definitively. I'm not even on this team.
Well, Michael, it's not going in. If you said so, absolutely not.
I had to get up.
Oh, Farhan with her
personal
2
hero.
votes.
Everybody
Wow.
loves Jesus.
Not me. I
yeah.
didn't vote for
I
it.
was in there for Newton.
I would say at least half of people don't, Farhan.
That
That
turned
vote-
this stream
that vote-
controversial.
Now let me ask you a question. How much do you love Jesus now?
I think
no.
No,
you should definitely protect me, for sure.
People, I mean, Alex is the only one fighting for it.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's your
good
advantage
call.
I'm
protection?
protecting people. It's either
can't
between
be
me
it
and
wasn't
Alex.
immunity, it was
at this point.
protection.
Mm.
I mean, I see how you'd make a choice like that, but like, you could also pick me.
He
The
will turn on
premium
you.
choice.
He will turn on you, Farhan. That is the
Oh.
thing that no one is
Oh
saying.
no! Did I hit a button?
Alternatively,
You chose
in the
nobody.
absence of a choice.
Looks like indecision is the decision. No one's getting protected.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Well, congrats, Farhan, on building a robust game that does not crumble at players' inactivity.
Listen, I remember explicitly going, if you don't make a choice, you don't deserve to be protected. And the best part about it is it bit me in the ass.
Now our players are voting for who will be eliminated. We got Rydash, the art collector, Tim, the clam digger, Alex, the loner, and Farhan, the physics professor. But one of them will not belong for this world.
I've got to guess who's going to be top of this list. Not based on recent events or anything. Just
Wait, what is Gordon's Fisherman?
So I was going to ask if ever it was like a brand mascot growing up on Long Island. I was wondering if other people had it. It's like an old man in a yellow trench coat.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like bringing you
New
fish
elimination.
sticks.
Very
Wow.
cool. New elimination art.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know.
Wow. What goes around comes around.
Not in a charming way.
So I think this is
Farhan,
like
the
the
one who
reveal
counts.
of Hector's host art. This is like first appearance on the stream
Yeah.
of our host.
Wow. That is incredible. And Farhan has a moment here as the one eliminated to say some passing words or parting words, not passing words, to the house. Which Farhan, I will read.
Do you think you can figure out something to write?
Hey, okay.
This
Sorry.
truly is Farhan writing the script for the stream because I will say these words.
It's like Mulholland Drive.
The worst part about me is if anyone's ever seen me on a stream, you know that I cannot work under pressure. Like, playing the game and talking about things is awful.
Can we
Farhan's
keep a
line
running
was,
tally
"God's
of
love is ever moving."
But who's this? Can we keep a tally of how many reviews say it's just like Mulholland Drive?
Never put on lotion.
The Tattletale has never put on lotion. Farhan, welcome to the house.
I'm expecting a lot of dry humor from you.
Ah.
I also hope we get paired together in this connecting round.
Oh, this is the. Can we see the full text field? Where it's the one topic where you feel like you can say anything.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's getting a little cut off at the end.
Good news, though. If you're wondering about that, the controller at this point has all that information for you. But you might be surprised to know that it doesn't look very pretty yet. It's just
look at
merely
those
utilitarian.
Gray boxes. We
I know
love
it's
them.
got my name with a little bit of color and everything that we're answering right here. I'm also definitely showing off who I'm paired up with, which I don't know if that's a strategic problem for me. But we will find out after these answers.
Summerman's Pies in chat asks, what kind of safety features will be implemented? We will have, I think it's safe to say we'll have moderation in this game. Is that a thing?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
You miscreants won't be able to ruin it.
Yeah, so we'll have some automatic text filtering that you can turn on in the settings. Like, I think every game since Pack 7 has had it. And this game will have moderation as well. So if you have the moderation app open, you can see all the answers before they come in and reject ones that don't vibe with whatever it is you're trying to do with our games. So those are some most basic of safety features.
Did we already talk about text filtering? I think we might have already mentioned text filtering.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Did we talk about auto-submit?
Alex, Mulholland Drive.
It's true.
No surprise there. Play in the room.
I couldn't think of a joke.
Both
but we
organically
love
love
that.
puns, and yet I can't think of a single one, probably. Tim, lubrication, just like your hands. You need what?
To
What do you
lubricate
need
a
for-
salad.
It's that like.
Okay. Okay.
And if you're wondering why I have no answer, couldn't think of something in time. So good luck with that, everybody else.
So this kind of round is mimicking either the like showmances you'll see on TV, or just like the deep friendships that keep you rooting for pairs, you know, or the alliance. So analogous to a few kind of dynamics you see.
Four-way tie.
Oh,
We're all indecisive.
congrats.
Let's
Tim.
see. Whose points do I want?
Surely not
I'm
I.
gonna
Oh,
Great.
perfect. Yeah, no, absolutely.
I
The
thought
cool
we had something
gamer,
special.
the cool gamer saying this looks good for this stage of a prototype did not expect this to be polished.
None of us did.
Just wait. I mean, it really, like, in the last few months, it will take off and be even more
Yeah,
blissful.
we haven't seen Hector at full strength yet.
I'm also happy you guys say that because for the last 24 hours, I was just riddled with bugs where I was like, I can't do anything right. There's some fun little art things that happen in the background here to make this grid show up properly, and we do some interesting things with like showing up things and not showing up things at the proper time for the grid to show up properly. It's really fun. This grid is really cool in the background, actually.
I love those engineering problems that are deceptively difficult. Those are always fun.
Maybe we see in the chat, Subpar Horn is asking about what the audience might be able to do in this game. I'm not sure what we're allowed to say just yet.
I think you'll see. We'll see. Let's leave something for the
Oh,
future.
I have to get over. It's. Oh.
Can I say that the audience can participate?
I think that's fair to
might be
say.
able to be a part of the game. Hey.
There will be an audience. Hey, that's fair. Not all of our games, fit an audience as well. But
Yeah. I think it's fair to say too, this one lends itself. Like the audience is they'll be around.
Yeah.
I think, did Role Models not have an audience? Was Role Models an audience game? It was kind of a hard one to be like, hey, here's all your friends. Here's 10,000 people. Is this person really smelly?
yeah, there was an audience because I remember like there was that avatar that had a bunch of little heads. Look, I don't remember much about development, but I do remember there was like a little like because they could vote on a role that gave you bonus points when you got it assigned. That's what I remember.
Sorry, I'm
We got a new
distracting.
roomie.
Rydesh.
Dash.
Oh, a Civil War reenactor who has never ridden a train. Huh.
Weren't those things
Complicated.
like pretty in the
Feel
same
related,
era?
right?
Hmm.
Yeah. We have a Tattletale, a loner, the Civil War reenactor, and a clam digger. That is just a house full of characters. And now all of our contestants are writing away that they say that they're above all this, whatever this is.
Look, the full prompt is, what's the code word you whisper to the camera when someone is being too over the top?
Ah, yes.
Like a real world example is Denise Richards on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills going, bravo, bravo, F word, bravo, to get the cameras to stop filming her. Which then they've turned it on its head and aired her doing that repeatedly, and all the women being annoyed that she was refusing to film certain scenes. Although Team Denise, of course, but very
Of course.
compelling.
Planet
noticing-
10101 asks if we're playing the Party Pack 9, and sort of, but this is Roomerang, one of the games upcoming in that. This is a very early development look at its gameplay. As I cut off Tim from whatever his thought was for an even better thought of my own.
I mean, better hope I'm not making any elimination choices soon.
That's a good point. Cultivating
No, I was just gonna
enemies
say,
is a valid strategy.
We had a comment in the chat from our ex PC Gal 70 who said some of the timing is a little like they didn't get a chance to read everything. We're certainly still working on the timing. 'Cause
Someone's being Alexy, says Tim.
Ow.
the code.
Rydash Formation Hut.
Okay, Brooke, are you watching?
Are you
To the
watching?
director?
Are you watching?
And Farhan, oh, viscosity.
Yeah.
Whose
Let's
code
see.
word is too over the top?
This is So with these prompts, we're also trying to evoke, like, sometimes an answer, somebody's weirdness is like something that draws attention to them. In this
Whoa.
instance, I'm assuming we could all agree.
Oh, Farhan.
Oh, viscosity, am I right?
Gross word. It's up there with moist. and
Farhan is
other-
given double the power in his vote for elimination.
Oh, y'all laughed at my skincare routine before. Now look at my perfect pores.
Who's moist now?
Who is moist?
Whose salad is unlubricated now?
Oh, just for that.
Sorry. I'm just thinking about somebody like taking this part really seriously and writing like a plaintive or disappointed thing. Which I may or may not have mimicked that level of intensity.
It is, I mean, it does. Haven't played this game as much as everyone on this stream, but it's interesting to see that it does seem like people who get voted off a lot.
It's fun to gang up.
Yeah.
And to prove
Right,
the
Ash.
point.
There we
Barely knew
go.
Well, oh
Just
no.
kiss your way out the door.
Oh, it's that double vote that did me in.
Oh, it gave Alex the points. Oops.
It's okay, right,
What
Ash?
if you
This
did?
time I'll remember to read your parting
yeah.
words. I didn't get it last time. So we're just
I
doing
wrote,
a second take
I just
on
wanna
that
say-
line read.
I just want to say I voted for Tim and I wrote, hey, that hurt earlier. The Alexi thing. Which it didn't. I was just playing around with it.
Although I like the idea of really like us processing that like during this game.
Yeah. Well, I also do love on a reality show where somebody forgoes being strategic because of true hurt or disappointment, and another person's very iconic always.
The twist the knife method.
George Spellman says
Railroaded!
voting off Rydesh for not riding a train. And while I was reading that, the parting words were gone.
You
I'm
really
sorry.
railroaded me, Michael. We have an
Well
entire
My
news
gosh. Oh, former child actor hates friendship. They
Oh.
sure
Oh.
do.
That
They
makes
sure
too
do.
much sense.
I feel like prior roommates of similar names may have established the hating friendship part of this
Oh,
new
yeah.
persona.
Literally didn't pick an alliance. Ah. Your camera
Hey,
finds
Gino.
you in tears on the patio because of another player. Who was it? And what did they do? Pink Humpty says, yeah, words shouldn't be cut or wrapped as far as UX goes. You're absolutely right. But you know what? By the end of development, I hope that we can figure out text resizing. It's like 90% of the engineering challenge of these games. Is getting user submitted text to look good. We'll get there.
And people may already realize this. Like in the you should be able to choose a player, but for this we should put our player's name in our answers, right? That we're choosing.
Yeah.
I know there was a more efficient way to say that.
I noticed that Toadette64 has a question of can we customize the avatars, and I think that is one I want to give a cagey answer about, because I know we have an idea about reintroductions with respect to the avatars. I'm not sure how active that process would be for a player, but things are percolating.
We see you, Toadette64.
And perhaps you should check into a future stream and see what lies on those avatars. Tim says, Rydosh, no one wants to hear your old monologues.
They're a child star.
Oh no.
Him for trying to share a nice cob.
Oh.
Farhan threw away all my lemon.
Brutal.
Farhan, Tim, they slapped my tray of hydrating sauces.
Hydrating sauces.
Oh, God.
Horrifying.
God.
I don't think, like, a nice raspberry vinaigrette is gonna do much for those cracked pores.
Oh.
Well, you'd be shocked at the hydrating effects of a good like Caesar oil.
Once I was at a,
another
Yeah, Toby brings it up.
Tie. Oh boy.
We
Once
all
I-
are disgusted.
once I was at a German restaurant and the waiter tripped and threw like horseradish and sauerkraut all over me, which is my worst nightmare that came true. So you can survive anything. I just want you all to know. I've been thinking about is Farhan talking about like greasing with Caesars is really making me physically nauseous, but I'm gonna take it back.
I want that name. I want that on my gravestone. Greased with Caesars.
Now comes our elimination vote. Oh, so tense. Will Rydosh become Ryd?
Oh, but I won't, because I have safety this round.
Oh, you have
Right, we couldn't even vote for Rydosh as much as some of us may have wanted to.
It pays to be evil. How much of a moral are these streams supposed to contain? I'm pretty sure mine's
There's always a lesson. There's a lesson at the end.
Yeah, life
That's
lesson.
what we do.
Yeah.
In the chat, we have Detective WJ on the YouTube chat who will be voicing the host. We do have our host, but I believe that'll be a reveal down the line. No!
Him?
No!
Oh, no.
You know,
Wow. Hydrating sausage. Yeah. I mean,
fair.
very bold. Let's see if I can remember to keep my eyes on this text bubble for a full 30 seconds. I'll
just
try.
so we know. Oh, here we go.
Hey, Michael, let me try distracting you real quick. So,
Oh, yeah, sure.
here's a different type of a conversation that has nothing to do with the game. It got nothing. I wish I had something.
Oh, you could have told me about your new cat. This game is too saucy for my blood.
You'll be missed.
Will I?
There will be love.
Timothy,
Oh, wait.
that is great. Cake
Timothy.
Taster has never gone bowling.
I have a quiet life.
I think that makes you better at making
Those
cakes.
feel very related to birthday parties, I must say.
It's a finale.
Oh,
Your last chance to prove to everyone here you deserve to win this game.
So this
Explain
is
it.
new to this build, Obvi. We talked about it a little bit, but it's kind of evoking the finale from shows like, well, shows you love, right? Where you kind of have that final moment to plead your case, where the host or whomever like asks you to explain why you deserve to win, or rather how you explain your cruel actions, depending on the prompt you get. So this is an example of a crueler finale prompt.
We're getting a lot of interest about Farhan's new cat.
oh yeah. Oh, my new cat is actually. Fun fact: my little guy. His name is Saya, which means shadow in Urdu. Fun fact for anybody, because I'm a nerd. That little guy is actually screaming his head off outside the door right now. I can hear him meowing up a storm. Oh, poor little guy.
So
Is there
when
some-
you eventually open that door, will your cat have a new name?
Oh yeah, no,
Really
he's
trying
gonna
to
be.
tie it back
He's
here.
gonna
That
no.
joke
He's gonna
landed
be
perfectly.
Soya,
Oh.
the cat who doesn't.
I can only taste the cake, never actually eat it. Pity me.
That's why I
Ooh.
like
To
this.
swirl it and spit?
Rydosh, fame won't taste as good as infamy.
Mine's definitely too long.
I am silly and unashamed. There are millions like me, and we're all what?
Alone. We're all alone. Because I'm a loner.
One day I was cracked. I said never again. I think Farhan is really pushing his hydrating sauces on all of us. I shouldn't
Agreed.
influence the game this much.
I have a hydration agenda. All right, I'm a hydro homie, and if you guys are not part of this crew, I don't know what to tell you.
It feels like it would be so sticky. Like that's something I really think we don't think about.
A
How can we
four-way
not form a
tie.
consensus?
Another four-way tie.
It's like 4 Splinter Cells playing this game.
No, I'm
And
Splinter
Farhan
Cell.
takes it.
I voted for Farhan.
Oh,
Wow.
I voted for Alex.
So we blame you.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm just too slick.
I think Rydosh had the best finale answer, but it was a hard game to win at that point. No offense.
These are the
25%
fastest
chance.
scrolling credits in Jackbox Games history.
A Tony, that's a fun fact about the A Tony. That's a sweet calzone. If you see that, I stole the credits code from Michael, and it said value team members Michael Siciliano like 8 times, and there came a point where I was like, I made this game. That's not fair. And instead of putting my name, I did that.
Is this insensitive to my Italian roots? I can't.
I didn't even think about that. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. I would love to talk about the final round more. So we saw a version of like, why are you like this? I think was the prompt. What kind of variation will there be there?
So those prompts are like our final round prompt will be a little broader, a little kind of summational of like, how do you think you played today? What's one thing you did that you regret? Where did you make your mistake during today's gameplay? Those kind of like bigger questions are what we're going for. So people are kind of making their final case. And then, the second part of it was just, who do you think should win? Like it's the final vote for the game. So that's the kind of vibe we're playing with for that final moment. And they're a little like on the mean side, or at least, meant to be a little kind of like, come on, bring it. This is your last chance to convince everyone. So that's what we're going for there.
Yeah, I love the moments where the superposition of all the friendships collapses and people must make a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what friendships? Were other people forming friendships?
My name's Macaulay Culkin.
I feel like Macaulay Culkin's doing all right.
I'm not sure. I hope they're doing all right.
Yeah.
He's watching the stream right now.
Oh, for all our
Thank
Macaulay
you for joining
fans.
us.
Macaulay, I think you're doing great.
Can we
Was
get
there
a Macaulay in the
anything-
chat for Macaulay? I'm sorry.
Right, was there anything controller-wise you wanted to? I mean, you showed off your controller, which is how pretty much all the controllers look right now, of gray boxes and text.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, over time that will have like nice background and colors and like pleasurable interactions and other things that might make for good marketing fodder if I say them now. But the big things that I'm trying to highlight right now are things about the players, first the persona that you are and the players you're interacting with. There's a lot of stuff right now meant to really call out when you saw in an earlier round where it's like we're all connected with another player in some way. Having that information on your device really available so you can lean into both your details or their details as much or as little as you want. So that's upcoming, and I think is going to be a big focus of a lot of the changes over the next few months.
There's a little of the.
It's very bright.
It looks like
Camera needs to adjust. Camera
I
needs
have
to
bad
adjust.
vision. It's not gonna. Well, either way, you can see my little persona.
Oh yeah.
Is that okay for
There
me
you
to
go.
show, Lane?
Definitely. I think right now it's like the job that you have is in red and the detail about yourself's in blue, and that's like, I don't know, I just picked at random. Those are striking colors, but there will be like a full design around it. Right now it's all about getting that information out on the out and available and see how players react to it.
Speaking of, you mentioned like areas of focus. This isn't, don't feel bound by this, but what are kind of areas of focus for the next month in between now and the next stream? Kind of what are things that you're looking to focus on?
Is that, if that's directed at me, I feel
I guess
pressure.
a soft direction towards Alex, if there's a person that I'm wafting this
Sure.
question towards.
Sure, yeah. I mean, so in general, the pace of our development, we tend to have eyes on most things at once, but this has been a design-heavy couple of weeks. So, you seeing the finale in the game, I think there's still some table setting and some experimentation we might do with it. That would apply to any other part of the game. Like some of these things we've only played a handful of times, so we're thinking, how does this better contextualize? And you're seeing a lot of editorial additions in this version. There was some host subtitling. You'll continue to see some of that. And the next time we play the game, I think, even more of that table setting will come into play. So just like building out the world and also kind of building out the core rule set. You got to see advantages in this game. I believe there were 2 new ones, like stealing points was in a recent addition, for example.
Yep.
I don't know if you'll see a new advantage in the next one. It depends on our planning. But I'll just say it anyway, because there's always a chance. I think, probably geared towards some of those cornerstone things. But also, we're in the midst of talking a little bit about what we want to do next. So, yeah.
Yeah, I am the owner of these streams. A question we did last time that I enjoyed, which was what TV shows, reality TV shows, everyone has been watching. I will start off just by saying I did start The Ultimatum, and I know it's sucking all the oxygen out of the room in its discourse, but I'm just here to say I abhorred it. It did bad things to my body physically as I watched it, and I could not stand it. I have since heard from friends I was confiding in about this experience that there was some heavy lying on the ages of the contestants, which is good. But outside of that, I just am still in a state of recovery from watching that show. So that's what's been on my mind.
Popcorn.
Oh.
Who are you popcorning?
Popcorn Alex, yeah, clearly.
Sure. So always watching reality shows. The current season of Survivor, I continue to watch. I think some members of the team are watching. I'm really pleased with it. I think it's been really dynamic. And I think that they're raising a lot of interesting questions. So definite recommendation. I haven't started Selling Sunset, but that is shortly on my watch list. I'm very excited to watch this weekend because it is unhinged. And something I've been enjoying recently is Paramount Plus has a show called Real World Homecoming, where they reunite casts of the real world like 18 to 25 years later. And I think it is riveting because it's like, well, first of all, if you're on reality TV and then you return to reality TV at another point in time, usually that means you have a specific hunger for fame, but many of these people seem organically interested in revisiting reality TV since they met it at its kind of conception or in its early years. It's changed so dramatically, and they all say as much on the show. And in Real World New Orleans was also really important television when it came out in terms of representation. So it's really cool to see it revisited. Also, all of them are really normal, funny, and well-adjusted, except for one of them who is really scary. And the last time she was seen on our televisions was on MTV's The Challenge, where she almost undid somebody's safety harness, nearly killing somebody, and wasn't disqualified from, I think it was The Gauntlet or Inferno. It was Julie Stauffer and Veronica Portillo. Yes, I know their last names. And yeah, so it was great. And I also, it's not reality TV, but I do want to shout out that I'm watching Desperate Housewives, which I forget, I think like many people, that the Real Housewives franchise that I'm a big fan of was kind of conceptualized as an offshoot of that. It was inspired by that. And it is strange and good. And I'll say it's better than Lost. That's my hot take. Not saying it's good, but anyway. Okay, who wants to be popcorn too? I'm gonna be fair. Somebody just talk about what you're watching.
I don't have a ton. I'm not watching a ton of new stuff from last time. Although I was happy to see in the chat, the Twitch chat, Figment32 reminds us that season 4 of The Circle is back next week. Such a fan. I've enjoyed earlier seasons, so I'll be watching that. I know within our team, we will sometimes share clips and things just to inspire everyone. And recently, or a week or so ago, Hector, who might even be watching this, I think I saw him in the chat, shared a greatest hits of Real Housewife throwdowns. Fantastic and very inspiring. But last week I started watching Severance, and that's taking up my time, and it's really good.
It feels like a reality show, kind of.
Yes, it has that.
Yeah.
No spoilers. Where it kind of drops you in, and no spoilers. And you have to figure out what's going on. Like if you were in the Big Brother house. Whether or not he's ready, I'm popcorning to Farhan.
Yeah, I have been watching a lot of reality TV. I mean, I casually watch Drag Race whenever it's on, and I've been slow burning Real Housewives of New Jersey. and going through old seasons of that just because it's really entertaining and I love the Gorgo family. They're absolutely unhinged. But actually these days I've been watching a lot of K-dramas. Oddly enough, I watched Business Proposal, which captured me and my 4 roommates for 12 hours straight. We literally binged the entire thing, and now I'm on a Samsung Z Flip. So here we go. They've sold me on Samsung products. Oh, also 2521. It was a not very strong first couple episodes, but I'm telling you something right now. The latter 10, the latter 3 episodes, heartstrings. All my heartstrings. They were a cute couple.
The latter 10.
They're
The latter 10.
They're a cute couple. They're a cute couple. But yeah, not too much reality TV shows. A lot more K-dramas these days, oddly enough. I'm sure.
Can I interrupt before you popcorn to Ryan? Ryan, you quote unquote love the Gorga family?
Oh, they're
like,
insane. They're
okay,
insane.
okay. Ironically, I was like, I felt real tension and fear. I'm like, are you all listening? Ryan, the chat's blowing up. Someone
Are
loves
we
the
hearing
Gorga
this?
family.
Ryan just said he loves Joey Gorga. What's wrong with him? Yeah, no, they're absolutely insane, and I love watching things implode. So it's fun for me.
How do I follow that? Well, I'll
So
try.
much time.
So, I mean, it's my debut. I haven't even had this question before. So, no, I'm, as far as reality TV goes, I'm mostly into reality competition shows, which sometimes feel like a separate genre because sometimes you don't know the competitors as well. But for me, the big ones have been Hell's Kitchen, Lego Masters, because I just like, I don't know, that's super wholesome and you make a big thing, a very physical thing at the end. And there's also like what feels like a derivative of that about large domino constructions. Don't know much about that yet, but sure, why not? So it's all about the aesthetic and in Hell's Kitchen's case, weird editing and overly cutthroat restaurant life that I'm all about. Outside of that, this hardly counts as a reality competition, but the vast world of combat robotics and BattleBots is a cool thing that is out on the Discovery Network. They pulled it over from ABC. You really get to know the builders. I went down to Vegas for their 2-week taping of the show. I have a problem. Please send help. It's very cool. I encourage you all to see it.
So you know how the season will go then. Are you going to watch the season that you saw taped?
It recently ended. They did taping in 4-hour blocks, so I knew a couple of the matches, but you also get, kind of like this stream, you get the behind the scenes, how they're still figuring things out. Some of the things occur out of order. They kind of polish over some of the technical faults where a fight just doesn't happen because things just don't start up. So it was kind of interesting from that perspective too, but also a lot of weird, chanty sports arena fun when everything was operating correctly.
I will say I'm very thankful about your trip to the BattleBots, Ryan, because that got me into YouTubing BattleBots, and I had a phenomenal afternoon.
Fantastic. It's great.
Do they ever pose the BattleBots against organic matter? Sorry, is that a really like? Do they ever have a spider fight a robot? Or I would be interested in watching that.
If they're hungry for ratings, maybe later, but not yet, as far as I know.
Oh God, I think I just said something really unacceptable. Sorry, everyone.
I just like that there's a BattleBot competition and then there's the organic matter round. It's like, what can you take out?
Doesn't that feel like the first domino falling towards like the Hunger Games?
I know.
Like, let's put like an animal in there. Let's put people in there, maybe.
Yeah.
Let's hunt people.
I didn't say that.
People are organic matter.
How do we make this game more dangerous?
The most. Oh, God. Well, does anyone else have anything they'd like to say to all the people before we wrap up this episode of Inside the Box, like the nice little present that it is, and give it off to the internet?
I do want to call out that, thank you to everyone who's streaming. And if you're interested to learn more about the development of the game, we've also been sharing some development blogs on Jackbox Games' website, which I think we're really pleased with, and we'd love for you to check them out. In addition to that, we're also having different members of the team share TikToks about the development. The last one was Brian Chard, our audio person. It's so fun and funny, and you can get a little preview of the sort of flavors from the audio in the game if you check it out. So, and also his delightful personality. So I encourage you to go to both TikTok and jackboxgames.com. Yes.
Yeah, Brian Chard is a wizard and is blessing us all with his beautiful compositions. They are amazing. Truly a gift to work with the people here, which I say with a laugh, but I mean earnestly. So, with no further ado, this has been Inside the Box. We played Roomerang coming this fall in Jackbox Party Pack 9. Thank you all for watching. You can catch the next episode of this behind the scenes development show May 26th. Mark your calendars. That's the next one. Boom. Bam. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Later.
Thanks for watching.